And I am coming to you very quickly from Yerevan, Armenia, because I'm supposed to be headed for the airport real quick to get on the airplane to go back to the land. We're going to head to Jordan tonight. And it looks like there's some pretty significant breaking news happening right now that is coming out of Israel. I just want to start with that. It looks like the IAF, the Israeli Air Force, has struck very hard at Hezbollah headquarters in Lebanon. And they're now saying that they targeted Hassan Nasrallah, the leader of Hezbollah. This is extremely serious because obviously the IDF is poised to strike, poised to go into Lebanon. They have already taken out everybody else in the hierarchy immediate to Hassan Nasrallah. As a matter of fact, he was really the only one left in the chain of command at this point, and it looks like they have struck Hassan Nasrallah. Now, I'm just going to give you, this is breaking news, so I'm learning things as we speak here. The videos coming out from Dahia. Dahia is a neighborhood in southern Beirut, are pretty apocalyptic. There's rubble. There are people sort of dazed wandering around. There's destroyed vehicles and large plumes of smoke. Again, we've seen this in recent days as the IDF has struck Lebanon multiple times and hundreds of times in not just taking out infrastructure, weapons caches, places where they're hiding missiles, things like that, but also targeting their leadership. And they have just one by one been taking...
To say, let's hope now I don't know if the volume works on this, but we're going to pray.
Moments ago, the Israel Defense Forces carried out a precise strike on the central headquarters of the Hezbollah terror organization that served as the epicenter of Hezbollah's terror. Hezbollah's central headquarters was intentionally built under residential buildings in the heart of the Dakhia in Beirut, as part of Hezbollah's strategy of using Lebanese people as human shields. On October 8th, Hezbollah started attacking Israel. After almost a year of Hezbollah firing rockets, missiles, and suicide drones at Israeli civilians, after almost a year of Israel warning the world and telling them that Hezbollah must be stopped, Israel is doing what every sovereign state in the world would do if they had a terror organization that seeks their destruction on their border, taking the necessary action to protect our people so that Israeli families can leave their homes safely and securely.
Like at this point, they may have actually hit the number one guy, Hassan Nasrallah. Again, I'm looking at footage from coming out from southern Lebanon, and there's not a lot left. There's a lot of rubble. Again, I can't show you this on YouTube because of their policies. It would get the video demonetized and probably saying, just as he was reporting this a few moments ago, that it would mean very likely large attacks by Hezbollah on Israel over the weekend, this coming weekend. However, Israel has been striking Hezbollah so hard, they've taken out so many of their launchers, so many of their rockets, and indeed so many of their fighters that they are in complete disarray. They have no way to communicate. Their top-line leadership has been taken off the playing field, and thousands of their lower-level or mid-level managers and commanders have had parts of their bodies removed because of Operation Grim Beeper. And so because of that, there may not be a lot of people left to, actually attack Israel at this point. And I was just interviewing Eric Stackelbeck of TBN. Actually, his video will be up on the Hot Zone with Chuck Holton here shortly tonight. But we were just talking about this just a few minutes ago, that we were saying, what is coming next? Because you've seen Operation Grim Beeper 1 and 2. You've seen them then start to strike at the leadership and start taking out leadership one by one as they were having to get together because they couldn't communicate anymore, so they had to get together in person. And we were saying, why hasn't the IDF taken advantage of this chaos to go into Lebanon and start to accomplish their goals of pushing Hezbollah back behind the Litani River and the necessary action to protect our people so that Israeli families can live in their homes safely and securely? So this is no longer speculation. This is being put out there in public by the IDF now that they have struck and that their target was Hassan Nasrallah. And this is kind of unprecedented. Amir Tsarfati says Shiite Muslim channels are asking their followers to pray for the safety of Nasrallah. He's also saying that the raids were carried out by F-35 jets using bunker buster bombs. And they have confirmed the target was Hassan Nasrallah. So again, there is now a giant smoking crater where the headquarters of Hezbollah used to be in Lebanon. And so this is massive. This is massive. This would mean that if they got him, if they took out Hassan Nasrallah, that Hezbollah is now devoid of leadership. They have a bunch of people who didn't even qualify to carry a pager, who are now the number one people in charge of what's left of their organization. Now, this is still a large organization. Okay, I think maybe we're back. Sorry, we cut out there for a second. I can't tell if we're back or not. Are we back? Oh, okay. Yeah, it looks good. So suffice it to say that there are a bunch of people who will now be at the top of the heap in Hezbollah who just a couple weeks ago were actually foot soldiers. And this is likely, as I've been saying before, Israel is preparing to go in on the ground. And this may be the kickoff for that, of them getting ready to go in. I would venture to say that you should be expecting that in the coming 24 to 48 hours, the IDF will go in on the ground in Lebanon, because they've got to take advantage of this momentum. It would be tactical and strategic malpractice at this point for Israel not to send their troops into Lebanon. These guys may very well be pulling up stakes and heading out, because it's likely, if Israel goes in on the ground, that a large part of the organization that was Hezbollah is going to fall apart. They have now, it appears, cut the head off the snake. And not just the head, but the neck and maybe the shoulders, because the playing deck of the top 50 people in Hezbollah is pretty much empty at this point. They've taken almost everybody out. So this is unprecedented, what we're seeing here. Absolutely amazing. I want to go back here and look again at the breaking news. Going over to Manny's war room, he's saying Israel's checking if Hezbollah leader Hassan Nasrallah was at the terror group's headquarters in Beirut when it was struck by the Israeli Air Force a short while ago. The IDF said that it struck Hezbollah's central headquarters built under civilian buildings in the Dahia suburb of Beirut, but did not say if Nasrallah was the target. A Lebanese security source told Reuters that Hezbollah's top officials are usually gathered at the site that was targeted. So we don't know if he was there, according to this report. But if he was, there's a good chance that he didn't survive because they used bunker buster bombs. Now, you notice there it says that these headquarters were built under civilian buildings. So there will likely be a death toll from this, without a doubt, that of civilians. And Israel, this is the kind of thing that, look, if Hezbollah builds their headquarters under a bunch of civilian buildings, they make those civilian buildings into legitimate military targets. You cannot occupy a civilian area and then try to claim that it's a war crime if your enemy strikes you while you're there.